Alright, here we are. So we ended it last time, not on a great note. We need to now go into our object.cs. We're going to create a new method. And it's probably going to involve lots more get set accessors. And something nice, actually, about C# is you can create regions in your code to make it look spiffier. So we're going to make a constructor region. We're going to end it here. And now what this does is it lets it look nicer. Just very convenient. Region. We'll just call these properties. We'll call this methods. And we'll call these internal values. Alrighty. Very convenient. This really is nice. So now we're going to create a new method. Public void draw. For now, we'll leave it at this. We're going to have to, I'm assuming there's going to be a few more parameters. But what we first do is just snatch all this right up, cut the schnitz out of it, paste it in there. Player.bones to count. So instead of player, remember the model we have named in the internal values. Actually, we should use the properties, not the internal values, because they can be accessed from outside. It should be model. So instead of player, we need to make everything in this reference as player to be model, because that's what we're using, model. So matrix transforms equals to matrix model. Model mesh, that can stay there, but this needs to change. This should be model still. Model now. Spelled that wrong. It should still work, but we're gonna need all this stuff here. We're gonna need to change. We're gonna need to get some more properties and internal values. So game one, these three guys right here, same thing. Snatch them up. Bring them in here. I'm gonna make all these protected, and I know this is annoying. You could just have it be public, but really this is great coding convention because you are having them be able, like, so if you were to make a class hierarchy of this, then you'd be really good off because you have set everything up to be inherited correctly. So really this is great coding convention. Now we do public vector 3 camera position. Some people would argue that this is not the greatest place to put the camera position since this is technically the player. But at the same time, the camera will usually be following the player. So get return camera pulse set camera pulse equals value. Cool. So we have one, and this is kind of cheating, but oh, we already did position, didn't we? Cool. That's cool. Good. And the last thing we need is going to be public float. Just rotation, not model rotation. Rotation. Get model. This should just be rot. Return rot. God. Return rot. Set. Rot equals a value. Cool. And that is our final property for now. What was that? What does that mean? Okay, I'm still going. So now we have all those nice properties set up for us. We can go back into the draw method. We're going to use these nice properties. So model rot is now just going to be rotation. Player position is now just going to be position. Camera position, or camera pulse is now camera position. And anything else we need? Oh, yeah, this should technically be okay. We'll make a thing in here called float aspect ratio. And so this is now a parameter. So what we need to do when we call it later is to make sure we pass that value we made in the regular back into it. So public void draw. That should be complete. So now we're going to go into game 1. And in here, we're going to have player, right? Because that was the mesh we made. Player dot draw. This is the new method we made. As you can see, aspect ratio. And we're going to pass our aspect ratio into it. Now when we run the game, oh, right. We'll fix this later, but for now, he's not going to rotate. And we'll add the update in real quick when we're done. But as you can see, we have successfully made a model. So what happens now is that it makes everything so much easier. Because all we've done in the actual game, although we worked a lot in the object class, this looks so much neater. This is exactly how a real program would be like. All we have in the actual game program now is object player equals new object player. Player.load content, only one parameter in there. Update has been used, and player.draw aspect ratio. Look how nice that looks now. It'll be so much easier for adding more models too later as you go in. So real quick, we have enough time to fix the model rotation to make him rotate again. Go into the object again. Methods. We're gonna make a public void update method. So now we just add rotation plus equals game time. Oh, add a parameter called game time GT plus equals GT dot elapsed game time dot milliseconds times math helper dot radians, and then that same value, whatever. Just do 1f. Cool. So game time GT, that means it's a parameter that needs to be passed in to the update method. To do this, we're going to do, so instead of doing all this, we're just going to have player.update game time. What should happen now? Is he going to rotate? And he does. He rotates very fast. And I guess actually the correct coding convention to do this would be to add another parameter in his update to be float update pow for update power, and then to have this here we do update pow. That way, instead of having to go back into the class to change it, I can just do player.update comma, and we'll do 0.1f because he was going too fast there. Too much fun. He was having too much fun. There we go. And so yeah, this has been a tutorial on how to, I guess, clean up your coding convention.